It's Dale D'Antoni here. Welcome to the Sofa Sessions. D'Antoni, Wayne.
This week we have on Jesoma from J Markets, also from the J Squared podcast. This is a really fun episode, probably one of my favorite to date. We talked about social media. We talked about his MMA career. We talked about his professional skateboarding career. We talked about, what else did we talk about? His pop punk band. I mean, what do we not talk about is the real thing. And this was just full of just like knowledge and learning and entertainment and laughs, bro. So this is just a fun episode. Shout out to him. Shout out to the J Squared podcast. It was just a fun episode all around. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for, just following. Thank you so much for liking. Thank you so much for subscribing. Whatever you do, sharing, whatever, listening, all that kind of stuff. I just appreciate it from you and everyone and your grandma and your grandma's grandma. So definitely thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoy this episode as much as I did, and I'll see you in the next one. Trying to make it out of the hood kind of thing. Yeah, bro. Thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Sofa Sessions, bro.
No, of course. I appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, man. I saw you have your own podcast as well.
Yeah, shout out to the J Square podcast. Me and my co-host J-Rock, we pretty much started our podcast like in 2020, literally like the peak of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it was just like a whole bunch of like mental like frustrations going on like on both ends, and we're like, yo, let's just talk about it.
Yeah.
Started in like the backyard, and then we just started elevating to like studios and stuff like that, and
Dang.
people started liking it. So
Yeah.
it was pretty cool, and we're still trying to go strong, but she ended up getting like a job over in like Syracuse, like way far away. So,
Yeah.
So we do it over Zoom and stuff like that, but it's not the same feel.
Yeah.
But in person, man.
Yeah.
It's unmatched, but we're trying to get back on track. We're gonna have ourselves together soon, but
Yeah, I saw that. I was looking through the podcast Instagram. I saw the post. That setup was pretty cool. The little corner setup, it was dope. I like it.
yeah, man. No, like it was that's actually at one of the studios in Miami, because now it's such a huge thing. Like everybody's like renting out their studio, setting them up for podcasts. So it's like just a rental space. And we did that quite a few times, and we were like down to keep doing it. But when opportunity comes a knock, and then you gotta head out.
Dang, yeah. I've thought about doing like Zoom type stuff, but it's not as personal, man.
Don't.
So
I guarantee you, like if you could find people in the area, like then I would 100% recommend just keep it going, in the location, because what happens is that when you're over Zoom, you lose the personality unless it's somebody big. Like if you have like freaking Tom Hanks and he's like, hey, look, I want to be on your pod, then
and like the audio is lagged almost every time, so it's like they're interrupting you while you're still finishing your question, bro. I've done it once, and
really?
I've done it. Yeah, I've done it like twice. Yeah, so.
Really, what was the experience? Like, did you ever feel like, oh man, like I never want to do this again? Or was it like, oh, if I have to?
Yeah, so I did one with Tommy G. He's a YouTuber. So we were going to finish that one, and like I pressed the end button. I was using Riverside. Gotcha. And like we just sat there for like full 5 seconds just staring at each other. Like, and it was just
so
the most
awkward
thing, bro. And then I was like, yeah, it's over. She was like, oh, okay, sweet, yeah.
No way. I was actually looking into Riverside. I was like, oh man, because right now me and my co-host, like, we use StreamYard, but we're like, oh, Riverside looks pretty dope.
Yeah.
But now you just like.
Yeah.
Anti-sponsor.
Sorry. I mean, I'm sure it's good, but it was like one of the first times I used it, so.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's really up to what makes you feel really comfortable and what makes everybody else feel comfortable. I mean, that's like right now I feel super comfortable. You got these super comfy seats.
Shout out to Facebook Marketplace, bro. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Damn, man,
they
were
match
like, my shirt. This is fire. I love this.
Dang, you might sink into it, bro. Watch out, man. But yeah, but how was like starting the podcast and everything? Like, were your friends and family behind it? Like, how was that?
Yeah, the thing is that my parents are African, guys, so they didn't understand any of it. They're just like, all right, whatever, we don't care. Like, it's like once you get the funding for yourself and once you have that idea, it's just about, being like being able to have something that sets you apart.
Yeah.
And like what I tell everybody is just to have a niche, like be consistent and make sure that, you know, you have a place that you can always go to make sure that you could keep making content or you can keep ideas flowing. We've had our own studios, we've rented out studios, we've been in like each other's backyards and yo, let's just get one of those folding tables from Walmart and get our blue mics and just see what we can do.
Yeah.
And funny enough, people just gravitate to it when they know it's real or they know it's authentic or they feel where you're coming from. So, I mean, it was hard to start up because, you know, you always have those friends that are like, you know, you have that big group of friends like, yo, we should start a podcast. Yeah. But then this one was like, no, we're doing it.
Yeah.
And she just did the legwork. And then you have the other person that's like, all right, where the ideas are coming from and, you know, just making sure that you're in a cohesive, like, situation. And that's what really helped. Like, having a good, like, partner and not doing it alone, at least having a team, even if you're the main person, you know, it's just so hard to do by yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, that I kind of feel that because when I first started, when I was telling you about my roommate, I put in like 90% of the work, and no shade on him. Like he just wasn't, I guess, into it as much as I was. But basically he was like a guest every week, you know, like he came up with topics and all that kind of stuff, but he wasn't editing and like putting all that stuff up. And you said like doing it by yourself, like I technically do it by myself, but like me and my girlfriend live together and like she's so sorry. It's all good. But yeah, she's like the co-host that like doesn't come on every episode, bro. Like she's like the #1 supporter, bro. So like it's like she is my co-host, but not at the same time, if that makes sense.
Dude, that's so funny because we always have like a shadow character called Jamie, because you know how, you know, Rogan has his Jamie and stuff like that. Everybody has their person behind the camera, but they don't want to be like known. So we're just like, all right, fine, we're just gonna call you Jamie, and you're gonna have like. And so if we're like stuck on something, or if we don't know something or whatever, we'll just be like, hey Jamie, what's the? Can you Google this for us, or can you
pull that up?
Exactly. And Jamie will pull it up, and then we like kind of just mask their voice, so it's just like a Darth Vader kind of voice, like, yeah, you know, it's just been. Like, so I mean, we try to have fun with it, man. Like, I feel like a lot of podcasts, they take themselves like way too seriously, and I feel like yes, it could be your livelihood, but people come for the authenticity and also the fun and the personality. They don't come to just be, you know, so stern, and it's too much sometimes.
Like a lot of the a lot of the podcasts now are like huge, high production. They have like 35 cameras for one person, bro. It's just crazy. Like you gotta have something authentic, bro. Like it's just, I don't know. I've never been one to like, I don't want to have like a producer and then a director and then like a writer, bro. Like I just want to like sit here and have a fun conversation.
Of course. And the worst part is when they're not people that you're comfortable with, when they're people that you like hire. Yeah. It's like have you ever played in a band or anything like that? So like when you play in a band, or if you play in a rock band, that's why a lot of them fall apart, because it's like, dude, when you don't have that connection, when you don't have that cohesive, like I keep saying cohesiveness, when you don't have that connection with the person, then it just starts to fall apart. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good. You like, just because you have an amazing guitarist and you guys are a basic band or whatever it might be, just because you have somebody who's amazing at what they do, doesn't mean the band's gonna work out. You have to have that camaraderie. It has to feel natural and organic. Now, if you had a really good friend that was an awesome editor, and it'll be awesome. It'll be great to work with them. But if it's just you, then it's like, man, I gotta do it myself. And if somebody, like, you hire somebody to do the work, they might not see your vision. You guys are gonna go back and forth about a lot of things.
Yeah, bro, I really felt the setup, everything, bro. Like I had 2 podcasts to do yesterday. Yeah. And then for some reason I took everything down. So I was like, I gotta put it right back up, bro. Why did I do that? Like I gotta take the lights out, gotta fold this stuff up. I was like, man, I should have
like, left it up. You took it down, like everything apart.
Well, just the camera and the lights. Like
That's
this stuff stays
frustrating.
here all the time. But yeah, the lights, man. I shouldn't have taken them down, bro.
That's so frustrating because I know what it is because I did photography for a number of people and stuff like that, and just doing the whole setup, everything. Like, I understand why they pay photographer assistants and whatnot, like, because this is a daunting task. It is like to take it apart and then put it back together, and then it's just so repetitive and annoying.
Yeah, there's a place downtown. You said people like rent out their studios. There's a place downtown. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Yeah, and I was interning for them, and that's kind of what I was doing. Was like setting up and putting down. So.
Oh snap! So how did that go?
It was good. Like, I was interning for a while, but also made a bonehead decision to quit a job before I had another job lined up, while also having to pay rent.
Oh no!
So I had to get a job ASAP and work as much as I could, so that that job, the paying job, got in front of like the other job, you know.
Oh no!
So like they only do like 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, and that's when I was usually working. So they just kind of, as time went on, I did it less, unfortunately. So,
Damn, it's such a struggle out here to just follow your dreams, man.
Yeah.
Because how can you, like, you need the experience to go ahead and, like, you know, create something for yourself, but you can't get the experience if they're not like if you're not charging, or you can't charge.
Yeah.
So sorry. Let me go ahead and
It's all good.
put this thing.
But yeah, I was doing producing. Like I was for one episode, I was doing what Jamie did. I like moved the cameras around.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. But I only did that once, and then I never went back.
Did you like? So did you ever? I've always wanted to ask, when you're switching like the angles and stuff like that, did you ever feel like it was too like? Did you ever feel like it was too much? Did you ever feel like it was like how did you pinpoint when the right time was to kind of?
So the way they told us was in between sentences. So then, like, if you do mess up, you can just go back and edit it, because they're still recording the cameras, you know, but you're just doing that in real time. So you'll still have like the video files separate, but like that's just like a backup thing. So like to always like change it in between sentences. So
That is actually pretty interesting, because I've always wondered. I'm like, man, how are these clips so like? And when I edit my clips myself, I'm always thinking to myself, like, man, like when I transition, even if like the other person's still talking for a little bit, it still feels very organic. I guess it doesn't matter as much as I guess I was overthinking it. I guess I don't know.
But yeah, for Jamie to be able to like change the cameras like that and also look up stuff at the same time, that's pretty crazy. Unless there is somebody else back there, but I don't know.
I don't know. That's what gets me. It's like, is there? Because I'm like, I was just watching The Brilliant Idiots like today, and they have like multiple people, like somebody who does the research, somebody who does the production, and another person that does the camera work. So it's like a whole team, but they're all cool with each other. So they'll roast each other, they'll talk shit, and then it'll be like, you know, a back and forth conversation. But I mean, to do all of those things and just to not say a peep and just to be like, it's insane to me. Super insane.
Yeah. So with the podcast, was it pretty like, was it successful, or how consistent did y'all stay with that?
So we're still doing it. We just had a chapter. We don't drop them as episodes. We drop them as chapters and volumes. So when we reach a certain amount of chapters, then we close the volume, and then we say, okay, we're gonna start a new volume. Yeah. So we just filmed the chapter. I think the day before yesterday. So yeah, the day before yesterday, we just filmed a chapter. So we've been consistent with it since 2020. Every other week, we try to drop every other week. Sometimes things get in the way, but for the most part, we get every other week. So
have y'all, like, you don't have to answer this obviously, but like, have y'all made any money from it, or like how does that work, making money from a podcast?
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, it could be profitable. It just depends on how much effort you put into it. But like when you have interviews, or when like people want to be on your platform, depending on how much you've grown. So like, say for example with us, right? So we have about 10K followers, like 10,100 followers, something like that, whatever. With that alone, like it's kind of like a status, I guess, for some people. But they want to get on your page and they want to get promoted. So that's when they would start like saying, oh, okay, well, let me give you some money so I can go ahead and get an interview with you. Or other people's agents, like they reach out to you on your email. It's all about organization as well. Like if you organize yourself well, like if you have a link tree with your Patreon, your email, all of your information, then agents will reach out to you and say, hey, look, I know you have a video platform. I need to get my artist in front of you and like to go ahead and talk and stuff like that. And if they have something coming up, it's a big thing for artists to do, like just to have content if they have something coming up.
Yeah. Dang, I need to get there, bro.
No, I mean, you're already there because this is 100%. Like the biggest thing about your platform in itself is that you have a video presence. It's not just something that's audio. And you're in a niche sector where it's like, it's hard for a lot of people to kind of, you know, engage with, like I have to drive 2 hours plus to Atlanta if I want to go ahead and film a podcast with somebody, and I'm going to still have to pay them. Why would I do that when I can actually come to somebody who, you know, is near me and I could say, okay, let's go ahead and sit down, have a conversation about my next upcoming project. Let's say I'm a rapper or something like that. Dang. And yeah, you pretty much could charge for that limited amount of time that you're spending, have fun with it. But it's just also hard when, like, it's hard to find that in between collaborating and getting paid for what you're doing. So it's also all up to you. It depends on what you want to do.
Yeah, because like obviously I do want to make money from this because I put in a lot of time and like money into it. I guess my biggest question is like, when do I start charging people to come on? When do I start making like clothes for it? You know, like when do I start, you know, trying to get advertisements on, you know, because like I want to stay as authentic as possible 100%. Because like I hate watching YouTube videos and like every 5 minutes there's like an ad or there's like a sponsorship, and it's like it's so annoying because like everything is advertised, you know, everywhere. Like anything you watch, there's going to be an ad. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Like I figured out on YouTube now, if you pause it and like after 30 seconds, a freaking ad comes up, and I'm like, bro, I can't get away from these ads. Like
it's the worst.
And like I don't want to fall into that trap of, you know, having ads on my stuff, but like I also want to make money from it. So like what is the direction, or like when is it too early to do something?
So now I'm getting into like my social media like mindset here. I'm also a social media manager. And website designer. So when it comes to, you need a solid social media game plan. So as much as we might hate it, we need it if we want to grow, right? So I did the same social media framework for my podcast, and that's how it grew like the way it did. I said, hey, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to cater to a specific niche, a specific demographic. Who's going to go ahead and follow along with what we do? Who's the audience we're going to go for? So we talk about a lot of things. We talk about sports. We talk about, you know, we talk about what's going on in current events. We talk about music. We talk like about all of our interests. Right? So we might dedicate a post to, hey, this is going to be about music, right? Now we're going to go ahead and make sure that this post engages with specifically people who are interested in music podcast or interested in music in itself. And that's how you grow the platform. You have to do the same thing and be consistent with your content. Every day you have to make clips, engaging clips. How is this clip going to go ahead and, you know, react to people, or how are people going to react to this type of clip? You have to go ahead and really engage your social media, get that up. And once the more you get your social media up, the more you could charge. So you can look at it as a graph, right? So like the more followers you get, and make sure, like in my personal opinion, I only do organic. I don't buy followers. I don't buy bots. I don't give I know. Just kidding. I'm just saying, like I hate doing it because it just feels like in bad faith. I don't do it for my clients either. It's like, hey, this is what you get. And they ask me too, like, oh, can't you just buy like, you know, 500,000? I'm like, no, because then you're going to fail and it's going to be my fault.
Yeah. So, and then you have 3 likes on your most recent post. And I'm like, what? Like, we know you're buying followers. Exactly. Just come out and say it.
Exactly. And it's not like, I mean, I'm the type of person, like, I understand that, for example, with our page, and I am fully transparent with everything that happens. With our page, when we were growing and we had like our 10,000, like we were going to 10,000.5. Our followers dropped dramatically because we weren't in person anymore. So like it's things that there are things that people follow you for, and people are gonna stop liking as much because, oh, this is a video.
Yeah.
Like, this is a Zoom call. It's not as engaging. So that's why people, or the quality might not be as good as an in-person, podcast or something like that. So these are all factors that you have to factor in, like what's going to be consistent about you that people are going to be consistently engaging with. What type of conversations are you having? Once, like, with that graph, when it keeps going up, then you could also follow along the line, like the pricing that you could charge people.
Yeah.
So like right now, say for example, if I have 5,000 followers, I'm going to charge people, hey, $20 an interview. A lot of people, if you really believe in your project and you want content, I'll pay you 20. I'll be like, okay, here's $20.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead and get me on your show. Let me talk to you for like an hour.
Dang.
So, I mean, but it's also, again, the organization. And that's why I'm so happy I have a co-host, because she's like in the background, just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna set up the Patreon. I'm gonna make sure that, you want us to talk about something specific? You could sign up for $3 a month. We're gonna go ahead and talk about whatever you put in the Dropbox or whatever.
Yeah.
So those are just ways that you could kind of like make it happen for yourself, man. I mean, we're by no means like a huge, like we do it more as a hobby more than anything, but we have made money and we have had like, deals with people. So, I mean, that would be my only advice. My only advice is to make sure that you find that niche and you really, really, really make sure that you establish a social media game plan that's engaging.
Got you. I mean, when you were looking through my Instagram, what did it look like? It looked good, or?
It's great because at the end, like the only thing that I could even say is the quality of the video, like the camera quality. Dang it. No, it's no shade. I promise.
I know that's holding me back, bro.
No, I mean, but this is the thing. We make investments in everything. We're investing our time. We're investing, labor. You're investing right now. You're saying, hey, let me take X amount of time to talk to this dude about, whatever it is. The fact that you're doing that, you have to reflect that same amount of energy into the product. Hard.
I guess.
You have to reflect that same amount of effort into the product that you have, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm giving 4K service, I need to have a 4K camera.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? Even if the investment's like, oh man, this is gonna be like $300-$400, you're going to. It sounds so like bro duty, and I hate it, but you're gonna get that investment back.
We gotta lock in, bro.
we gotta lock in. 10K. If you buy 10 rental properties before you're dirty.
Like, bro, I can't even buy one, bro. I can barely afford McDonald's kids meal, bro. Come on with it.
No, man, I'm telling you that. I'm one of the people that I genuinely don't like the podcast community of most people, because most of the time they're berating other people, they're saying other people are shit, or they're lying about what they have. Like, dude, I'm never gonna flex. I'm gonna be like, hey man, I'm waiting for my Amazon package to come in so I can get the rest of this watch because I broke it. Like, I'm not gonna wear the fanciest thing to go somewhere. I'm just gonna be like, let me dress the way that I usually dress, show up as myself, because that's what's gotten me as far as I've gotten. But a lot of people, they don't have half of the things that they like claim they have. Like, bro, I know some of these people personally. Like, I've worked with some of these people at like an office, and when the pandemic hit, they blew up and things like that, and for the wrong reasons, just like shitting on people or shitting on women and being like, oh yeah, she's so stupid, look at her. And it's like a drunk girl in Miami that just came out for a nice night, and they lure them back to their podcast cave, and then they just make fun of them, dude. Like,
the red pill versus blue pill dudes.
Yes, dude.
Gosh,
all right,
bro.
So like I know one of them. Like, I knew him for years. Like, I used to work with him, right? And they blew up, and I even texted him. I was like, "Hey man, are you good? Like, are you okay?" He's like, "Nah, we're fine." And it was just the most negative, like hatred spewed things towards like women and stuff like that, and they'd invite them onto the show and be like, "You're a dumb bitch," and I'm like, Jesus Christ, hold on, what's going on? So it's like, it's just like things like that I'm like, man, this is just turning into something super negative. And then it became like a whole plethora of people just like that. And even on the other side, when it comes to people who are talking about, financial freedom and this is and that, and I'm a multimillionaire already, and I need to, bro.
Talk about Dave Ramsey.
And that's the funny thing. It's like it's like a podcast pyramid scheme. Like they trick you into like believing that they're this type of person, so you buy their fake course, and
Yes, bro.
like 800 of you guys bought their $200 course, and now they're making money, but they were broke before. So
Yeah.
it's just something that I really not interested in. So that's why when I say you have something, I really do mean it.
Thanks,
like,
man.
And like I'm not gonna lie. I was like looking around and I was like, man, this is just it's all the same fodder. But the fact that you're like, hey, let me make a podcast where we're just comfortable,
Yeah.
just talking. It's
Yeah.
comfy.
Man, we need to get some heat warmers or a massager, bro.
When we advance,
Up here just
that's after we get our first or second interview in.
maybe get some ladies cleaning our toes or something, bro. Invite them over.
Invite them over, just like, yeah.
That'd be hilarious. Do it at a spa. Do a podcast at a spa if they'd
Dude,
let us.
I remember one of like the people that I used to work with, they were trying, because I had an idea at my old job. I used to work at Wix.com, and at that job, I had an idea to like create a podcast. I was like, oh, let's make a podcast and stuff like that. They pretty much took my idea and just ran with it, and they just didn't do it right. Like they didn't have any video production with it, and it just kind of failed. And I was like, and one of the dudes was pitching an idea like, why don't we just interview people, like, because this was in Miami, because I'm from Miami.
Dang, shout out Miami.
Right? So he's like, why don't we just interview people like as we're on the sidewalk of the beach, and whoever comes up and wants to talk, then we just talk. And this is before like people would go up and do like interviews with the like microphone, like, hey, so would you rather take 10 bodies, or it's like whatever. Like it was before that. He's like, let's have genuine conversations with people on the street. I'm like, that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
And these ideas just often really fall through, but they would be so dope. Like imagine if you are in an actual salon and you set up the mics and you have a deal with the owner and you're like, hey, let us just like talk.
Dang, maybe we need to do that.
I'm telling you, these things that we just see as like ridiculous or just jokes, they end up being
yeah,
big,
it could happen. Dang, bro, I might want to do that. That sounds cool.
I'm telling you, man. Just need to get. It just all starts with that one investment in that 4K camera.
Yeah. Dang it, bro. I got the 740p, bro.
So
I don't even know. I think it's a 1080, but
it could be. I'm pretty sure it's a 1080.
Yeah. But I think like I said before, the lights were like not good, so that'll really mess up the camera quality.
Yeah. Yes, and also like
Maybe.
it's just the quality of the camera. Like you always have to. It has to be a little bit more. Like you could always push that a little bit more, because the lights are gonna help 100%. Yes.
Yeah.
But to get to that next level where when you zoom, then it's not a little bit grainy. Then that's when that 4K camera's gonna come.
Actually, I have a 4K camera from Amazon for $100 coming in the mail today.
Really?
Yeah,
dude.
So I'm gonna try and shout out to the cat.
Yeah.
We got that box right there. I don't know if you noticed. We have a huge cat in there.
No way.
Yeah, he's just chilling, sitting.
Oh, that's dope.
But yeah, I see all these 4K cameras on Amazon, so I was like, why not just buy one, $100? If I don't like it, I can just return it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that with a few different 4K cameras and see which one is actually 4K.
Yeah, and dude, like just do your do the research. Like for me, like the way that we kind of mapped out our year is that we're mapping it out in quarters like this year. So me with my co-host are saying, okay, so this first quarter we're gonna go ahead and get our updated equipment and whatnot, and we're gonna go ahead and invest in our updated equipment. Next quarter we're gonna go proceed with getting the updated equipment, right? So that's where you do your research. Like, okay, what's gonna be the best like quality? What's gonna help us out the most? All right, how much do I have to put away for it? And I guarantee, like, the money that you put into that 4K camera is gonna probably do you wonders. I don't know, like, in my opinion, like right now, what we have is a 1080p camera because we thought it was going to be a short term of us just being like, virtual. But we're like, all right, this is long term. So we're in the same boat. We're in the same boat as you.
Well, I just hope that the 4K is actually 4K,
You could always check. I mean, you could always check and see the specs and stuff like that. And if, again, it's up to you if you like it or not. Because at the end of the day, if you don't like it, if it's hard to use, if it's annoying, if it's BS, then you could always just kick it to the curb.
Yeah, because I want to get one like on the guest and then on me, so I have 3 cameras, and then that way I can edit them in, and it'll look dope.
Do you feel like that would be the cleanest version of how you can do it? Like if having multiple cameras on people?
Yeah, I think that would be cool. I've always liked that idea,
Nice.
with watching like Joe Rogan and stuff. So, what do you think?
I agree with you. I mean, again, it's about the workload you can manage.
Yeah.
And if you could manage that amount of editing, then what's stopping us?
Yeah, because right now I just line up audio, video, and then just upload it like that. Like put the intro, the other intro, and then the outro song, and that's it. So, so I try to keep it as authentic as possible.
Keep it simple. Like if it's working for you, it's working for you. But when you're able to take that next step and say, all right, let me get a couple more tripods. Let me go ahead and put a camera here. Then that's awesome too.
Yeah, but man, I gotta make an LLC, bro. This stuff is getting a little expensive.
To be honest with you, man, is that I hate to be. Oh, you could go ahead and get an LLC under the. But you can, if you do get that LLC, you could try to take out a business card, see what happens with that, and then you could just go ahead and take those expenses, put them together, give them to your taxes at the end of the year, and then you could write them off.
Dang.
For the most part. Again, not trying to be that dude, but that's what because we have to also get on the same thing. Like, but I do it for my social media management business. So that's where it's like, because that's where like my money comes from, like my social media management, website development. So what we do is that we do the organic social media management for small businesses. And we fell into it because we used to do charities and stuff like that. Like, who else better to help than people who are trying to help themselves? So we kind of went ahead and created our own. After we did that, then we were like, all right, cool. We're helping out these social media accounts. Now we can go ahead and help out with websites because I stopped working for Wix.com.
Yeah.
So now I have the freedom to say, okay, now I can build websites for people as well. Then when the money started rolling in, we're like, okay, we need to go ahead and get that LLC, make sure that we make everything official. And since we started doing that, we started really organizing the, expenses and the profits and what we're making, getting a pure idea of what we are making throughout the year. And when you present that to the tax person, then they're like, oh, this is gold to us.
Yeah.
It makes it easier for them. They don't have to go through all of your bank statements to see what you're spending money on. And now, at the end of the day, at the end of it all, it's better for you to be able to take out a card on, this business, and then, you pay it back when you start getting those interviews or whatever it might be. You start paying all of these things off. So, I mean, it's all up to you, man.
Yeah. So how did you get into social media and stuff? Like, what made you want to make a social media business empire?
I wouldn't call it an empire, but yeah, I was just always good at growing things for myself because I always, not that I knew how to market to people, but people have a genuine soft spot when you're being real and when you're trying to, be yourself. And I was always able to kind of gauge that from people. So when it came to my own business, I pretty much, my girlfriend, she pretty much led me into it. She was like, look, you're able to grow your account. You're able to grow you're able to grow your personal account if you want to. You've grown other people's account for free. Why aren't you doing it for other people and charging them? And I'm like, nah, I don't think I'm that good at it. I don't think. And she's like, just go for it.
Yeah.
Just do it. So I was like, screw it. Let me just jump into it. And then I got my first contract. Like my first client is still my client till this day.
Dang.
Like, and they don't talk to me. Like they don't like, oh, I need like it's a church. Like then they just give me the money every month.
Dang.
And just like keep it going as long as we're still getting our content and we're I mean, and I saw the hole for people. I saw that people like with small businesses didn't have the time. And that's the worst thing when you have a business is that if you don't have the time to put effort into your business because you're focused on something else, it really is discouraging because you don't care about social media. But you have to like trick yourself into caring about it. And yeah, we take that away and we also do it for a super low price. So we charge $300 a month and we create the content for you. We push it out for you. We go ahead and post for you. We have a Dropbox where you could upload like this whole interview. You could upload this whole interview to the Dropbox and we'll chop it up. We'll edit it. We'll go ahead and put it together, make it social media digestible.
Dang.
Yeah. And then we put it out and we do that consistently every single day. And it depending on your demographic. We also clean up your look on your social medias to make sure that it doesn't look like it's pieced together like you did it yourself. We make sure that it looks professional, it looks right. Yeah. And we gauge like what your niche is. Like who are we trying to cater to? Who are we marketing towards? We have these conversations amongst each other and then we have these conversations with you. We also are like kind of like 24, like you could call us at any time and be like, hey, look, I need to have a conversation. I need to know what to do about this, that, and the third. And we go ahead and we help you out with that.
What's the latest you've been called? 2:30 in the morning, maybe?
Oh man. I feel like that is the latest. No, I guess I could remember recently it was a barber and he was calling me at like 1:30 a.m.
Dang.
And I was out that night and I was just like, hey, what's up? How's it going? How can I help? And then it's like, yeah, man. Oh no, I just wanted to know how I could do this now. It's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and send you this and I'm gonna do this for you. But let me know if you need anything else and I'll get back to you in the morning and stuff like that. Because at some point I know I'm not going to be available. But you can reach out to us at any time and we won't get back. We won't give you some weird answer like, oh no, don't call me at this time. Like, no, you can reach out to us at any time.
Yeah.
I do try to go ahead and, I do need rest, but at the same time, I'm gonna always have an open door.
You're locked in, bro.
Exactly. I'm freaking locked in, bro. I wake up at 6 a.m.
I wake up at 4 actually.
Oh man, I take a cold plunge and
It's the first thing I do, wakes me up.
Nah, man, but like it's things like that. And then now with the website development, everybody's getting scammed for their websites. Like you're getting charged like $2,000, $3,000. Yeah.
What? Oh my god!
I swear to you, they'll charge you that amount of money and say, "Oh, we're gonna give you like 5 pages," but those 5 pages don't cover anything. Like it's like that's a homepage, an about page, maybe career, like just like little things, and then they charge you extra on top of that if you want to add more things. So what we do is that we charge $700. Your website's up, running, everything's put together. We add as many pages as you need. We don't really care. And then even after that, we don't leave you high and dry. We show you how to use your website so you can keep updating it. And you have 30 days after that to say, okay, we're gonna go ahead and help you with customer service. Same, same template. You can call us at any time. Let us know what you need, and then we'll get back to you, let you know how you can go ahead and go about, helping yourself. Because that's the whole thing that we based it off of is, people helping themselves create their business. Not, not just being dead in the water.
Yeah. So how many people are part of that? Is it just you?
I got about 5 employees. So
dang, bro, this is legit. You are locked in, bro. You weren't lying about that.
No, I'm telling you, like it just becomes. It's something that you need to. It's really hard to create a community of people who genuinely care. And that's the one thing I learned from Wix. With Wix, they created an environment where you do care about the people that you're really working with.
Yeah.
So, for example, like Miami traffic is ridiculous, right? So what do? They put a 65-inch gaming screen. They gave us all the games. They said, all right, you guys can play Super Smash Bros. As much as you want. They had a bunch of beer on tap. They had a bunch of bottles, whatever you want, pool tables, paddle. What's
Pickleball?
Nah. That would be crazy. No, they had like paddleball tables. They had a whole bunch of like clubs that you can join. And they did that for the job. Just so you would feel comfortable at the time that you left. Right, so you wouldn't be caught up in traffic like I hate my job, I hate my job, I hate my job. And be like, oh, you could just stay here, have a drink, you know.
Go to the strip club, bro. There's probably one there. Gotta be.
No, 100%. The Wix strip club. No, man, like they created a community, and it's actually genius. It's like, oh yeah, now everybody. It's like the pizza party idea, like that. Every boss was like, "Oh, pizza party," but they did it to the extreme to where it's like, "Oh, well, okay."
Yeah, it's like pizza on steroids.
Exactly.
Bro, we get pizza party at Lowe's, bro. It's
Really?
crazy. Yeah.
No, yeah. See, like
We need to boost morale. Let's give them a Papa John's pizza.
Can we get a raise? Nah.
Hey, I'll give you Papa John's pizza for free. A little Diet Pepsi, bro.
Like, can I get a raise? I can get a Pepsi. Go get another one.
On me, bro.
We're splurging today. Nah, man, it's sick, man. That's why, like, but also like you just pay people fairly, and whatever it takes, like as far as making sure that your employees, or making sure that it comes to your clients, the transparency is what keeps people engaged when it comes to at least me. Like for me and my clientele, like I feel like the transparency that I have with them, it really, really does help. I'll tell you, hey, look, full transparency, you're not going to grow if you do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
I can guide you to the water. I could say, hey, look, this is what's going to help you. And if your reaction is, nah, but I want to do this, I'll be like, hey, I could do that for you. I'll do it, but it's not going to help you.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just love to operate that way because I know that that's what I would want.
Yeah. So do a lot of people like come to you and they're like, yo, I want 1 million followers in 3 months. How do we make it happen?
Yes.
Does that happen?
Oh my God. The funniest thing is that I just recently had a client, and I always, even after, like, let's say I have a bad falling out with a client, I still keep an open door because that's just the type of person I am. If you want to still contact me and say, hey, look, just wanted to go ahead and email you to tell you that I hate you, I'd be like, that's cool. Hey, like, I'm sorry you feel
want
that
a Pepsi?
I'm gonna send you a Papa John's extra large. But I have a client that still, like, till this day, like, despises me because I told him straight up. I said, hey, look, there's no way you're getting 10,000 followers in 3 months.
Okay, that makes me feel better, bro. I'll be honest.
No, it's true. It's true. No, there's no way that's happening. Unless you, and I told him, unless you buy your followers. And he's like, nah, because this person's doing it and this person's doing it. I'm like, this person's buying their followers.
Yeah.
Like, nah, how can you tell? And I'm like, look at the people that are liking whatever post that they're making. And then you scroll through it and then you'll see like all the people that are on the other side of the world. Yeah, these are ghost followers. These are people who don't care about their business at all. So, I mean, they're really upset. They're trying to create content, and they are masters at creating content. They're great at, creating media, but they're so bad at messaging.
Yeah.
And I would be trying to help with messaging, like, hey, look, you kind of just don't know what you do.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that you're good at, recording videos, but what are your services? Like, you're not promoting anything in yourself. Like, nah, don't worry about that. I got. So it was one of those, I got it kind of like clients, and they're just upset at the end of the day or at the end of the month that they didn't get the results that they wanted.
Yeah.
And I was always transparent, like, hey, look, you're not gonna get 1 million followers in a couple of days. So I mean, it happens, and that's a part of business. And I'd rather do business that way than do business in a way where people believe in something that I can't do.
Yeah. That's actually really good and really smart. So,
I mean,
so if I give you an Instagram page, can you tell if they have fake followers or not?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
So
I love this. This is
I've
great.
seen this dude so many times, bro. I went to high school with him. He posts all the time. I see him on the Augusta location page. And I hate people that do that. Like he's blue check certified, bro. Like people are commenting like, this music is great. I went to listen to his music. It's crap.
Okay.
Like, and it makes me so mad because people are probably looking at him like, yo, that dude's doing something, you know? So all right, that's it, bro.
Okay.
But like sometimes it throws me off, but like I definitely know, you know?
Awesome. Okay.
It actually might be connected to this, so.
That's cool. I turned on the volume just to make sure.
Yeah, you gotta swipe from the side.
No, I don't know. Let me see.
And if you go to his YouTube, he has thousands of views. He's got a couple thousand subscribers. So it looks legit, but
it looks legit.
Yeah, but if you go through his likes and you go through his followers, they're people from India, bro.
Yeah.
And some of his comments, you know how you'll get the send pic to Georgia, USA or whatever. He'll reply to it, so it makes his comment box go up more. And I'm like, bro,
it's the engagement increasing. Yeah. So. Yeah, he bought them.
Dang, I knew it. Verdict's in, bro.
He bought them.
I knew it.
You could tell because.
Dang, bro.
I got you. No, I could always tell by the amount, when you start scrolling down a little bit more, because the first few, there might been some things that actually popped and actually went off, but then you keep on scrolling and then you start seeing that they just have money, and this blue check is the purchase blue check.
Yeah.
So Instagram did this thing not too long ago where they said they did this thing not too long ago where they're like, oh, we want to make money off of you, so we want you to buy a blue check. So you could buy a blue check. Yeah. Anybody could buy one. The only thing that you have to do, and a really easy way to kind of tell, is if the person's profile picture is them, or is it art, or their logo. So if it's somebody's logo, then that means that it's 100%. It's 100% verified. That's real. But if it's your picture, because there's certain things that you have to do, it has to be a picture of you. Dang. You have to present your license, and your name has to be in the in your little text.
Yeah.
So let me see it again real quick.
Dang. He's got it. He checks the box, bro.
Checks all the boxes. So
dang,
you're definitely when you see that, then that person's definitely not verified. But majority of people, they do that because they're like, oh man, I want to seem like I'm, this luxury and this brand. But it actually hurts small businesses more if they were to do that, because it's going to be all right, why are you lying about being verified?
And then he hides his likes, bro.
Yeah,
that's the key, bro.
That's the key. You hide your likes. I made a vow to myself to never hide likes no matter what.
Thank you, bro.
Because it's gonna reflects on the quality of your content, and I don't care about the perception that people have on whatever I do, because I have an answer for all. When you have confidence in what you do, I have confidence in social media, I have confidence in website building, I have confidence in anything that I've ever tried. So when you have confidence in it, it's okay when people question you. For example, people always ask me, oh, well, why aren't you viral if you if you're a social media guy and you could grow your social media, I'm like, I'm not trying to grow to everybody as a demographic. I'm trying to grow the social media, the small businesses. Like, and small businesses often don't follow you back because they're not on social media. That's their main problem.
Yeah.
They also aren't going to answer you as much, and they're not going to boost up your following count. Like, they're not going to follow you back. Like, why would, say, for example, Home Depot follow me? It wouldn't make any sense. They're probably
kind of cool though.
It would be cool, but it's like, why would they follow me? Even if I worked for them, it wouldn't make sense for them to follow me. It doesn't. So majority of my clients, they don't really follow me, and that's totally fine with me. I'm just doing my job.
Yeah.
And once people understand like what the point of their social media page is, then they're gonna grow. But if they never get there, then it's never gonna happen.
Dang, bro. You don't know how happy that just made me, bro.
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
It's like, how's doing this?
Dude,
money. That's how.
the music is just not good, and people are commenting like, this is fire. And then another question is, like, he also has like verified blue check people in the comments. So like, are you putting your name and your account into like a machine, and then it automatically comments on something else, like a bot comment almost? Okay.
So what happens is that you tell somebody who's halfway around the world, like, hey, look, I want 10,000 followers in the next 30 days.
Yeah.
They get you to 10,000 followers. They ask you, hey, do you want comments too? Like, yeah, I want comments.
Get the whole package, bro.
Get the whole package.
Let's get it.
And then you pay more money for it, depending on the higher quality of what it is. Now, what I would do if I was him in that position, I'd be like, all right, cool. My first 3 pinned posts are going to be things that are genuinely like they gain traction somehow, some way. Maybe I have like 700 likes on these posts. I'm gonna have them all at the top. That way, if somebody said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and verify if these followers or these likes are real, they go to those first 3 posts that are pinned, and they're like, oh, okay, wow, these are real people. But if you dig a little bit deeper and then you go into like the next couple of posts, then you're gonna start seeing everybody from India and whatnot.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, this is a lie. So it's like you have to do that digging. You have to do the work to actually verify these people. But what happens is that after you pay that person initially, then they go ahead and they tell their bots, comment on this person's page, and whatever the comments we want them to be, go ahead and do that. And these could be very cheap. They could be very expensive. It depends on who you find. But it's a very lucrative business for people, man.
Yeah.
All I have to do, like, let's say Instagram has like a limit of like 5 or 6 pages that you could create. If I have 10 phones, that's 50 pages that I can go ahead and create, right? And if you pay me $100, all I have to do is just like from each of these phones or whatever.
Dang.
Now, like it's a lot of money that they're making, like by being bots, but it's just so not helpful because it doesn't do anything for you. It really won't. Not like organic.
Yeah. Like, I've thought about turning my likes off after I post something and 3 hours have gone by and I've been the only one to like it. But I feel like I just got to stick it out,
Stick it out. I guarantee you, this is what happens all the time. People are going to keep watching. People are watching you. I 100% can guarantee that. People just don't like to like your success. And not to sound like some type of like, oh, well, haters are your motivators. No, it's just that genuinely, like, I think
it's lonely at the top. Yeah.
It's lonely at the top.
That's why we're all depressed.
It's true. No, but it's true. Like, a lot of people, they like that you might know. They might look at your stuff and they might like it. They might, that's funny.
Yeah.
Scroll right past. They're not gonna like it. They're not gonna engage with it, but they're gonna watch. And it's okay because at some point, throughout doing that, if you keep being consistent, even if your like is only one person, two people, three people, throughout time, they're gonna grow. People are going to keep on consistently coming to your page, and you're gonna be kind of undeniable at that point.
Yeah.
Like that's what happens all the time, dude. Like, you know how many people were just shitting on they were shitting on me because me and my co-host would talk shit to each other in our comment section because she would say something like, because I would put the clip together and I'd post it.
Yeah.
And she'd say something and then I'd say something and then you're just like going back and forth and then like, oh, you guys look crazy. You're just talking to each other. I'm like, so I don't care. Like, this is the same conversation I would have with this person via text message. It's just online now.
Yeah.
And also you gotta be okay with the criticism. Like, dude, I just got roasted. Like, I just got roasted for posting on TikTok.
Yeah.
About other things. Like, okay, so God. So I think the show Love on the Spectrum is weird.
Yeah,
right?
I was watching that clip. Yeah.
Right? So on Instagram, dead silent. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
On TikTok, people are like, he needs to be on the show. Like, just roasting me. And I'm like, God damn.
Damn, boy.
So I'm getting eaten up and I'm like, damn, oh my God. And then like, and I have to eat that. And I think and it's entertaining. You know, you go back and forth with the people, you talk like, oh man, why do you think that? Oh, because you create a fan base like that.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh, they're engaging. Even though they don't like what I said, they're still engaging with what I'm saying.
Yeah, bro.
So that's why it's so important as like, you know, as podcasters or as people who are like doing media to be on multiple platforms.
Yeah.
And not just Instagram. That's my thing. It could be your thing, that's fine. But you also have to be in other places because there are different audiences. Like, and then on YouTube Shorts, like my co-host was like, "Oh, do you think that you could fly an airplane like without any what's the word? Without any experience?" And I was like, no, I think we would die.
Yeah.
I would try though. And then she's like, why would you try if you're gonna die? Like, it became a big thing that we had. But then on YouTube Shorts, everybody's sitting there like, yo, she's so pathetic. This is like, yo, I was like, oh my God. Just eating her ass up, just talking shit. And then it's like, and then there's a back and forth. It's like, bro, how do you, like, just having conversation, just being candid. But the people who are scrolling on Instagram, like, you're talking to yourself. It's like they don't see everything else that's happening. They don't see everything else that's in motion.
Yeah.
And it makes, like, when they see those things, like when they see you not performing as well as maybe you would even like to, then it does something for them. But remember, it's not an actual reflection of what you're doing. Because guess what? Throughout the way that you operated, I'm sitting here on the show because I'm like, oh man, like I need to engage with this person. It's working.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah. I thought about taking it, like deleting a post and like taking it down, but I was like, no, I'm gonna stick to my guns, bro. I'm gonna keep it up. You know. So,
keep it up. Don't ever delete. Don't ever backtrack. Like, I mean, it's okay to backtrack if you're wrong about something, and I've been wrong about things plenty of times, and I don't mind saying, oh yeah, no, that was wrong.
Yeah, bro. I got a hitter the other day, like how you said on TikTok. Yeah, bro. I think it's hilarious. Like,
exactly.
Like, you know, these creators will be like, oh, I had to take a couple of days off. I was depressed. All these people
it's like
commenting, and I was like, bro, that's the funniest part, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so I posted a clip of one of the episodes. It was I asked the question, would you rather have a gay son or a thought daughter?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And then somebody commented on TikTok. They're like, this is the dumbest question I've ever heard in my life. I wish mics were more expensive so you and your idiot friends don't have to talk. And I was like, thanks, man. I appreciate it. You know? And I wanted to say, like, yo, these mics are expensive. You know?
Like, they are
expensive, bro.
Like, what do you mean? No, I've gotten the occasional, not everybody needs a podcast.
Yeah.
Like,
I've got it a couple times.
All right, cool. But no, it's like, it's a genuine question. I mean, damn,
bro. I know, that's what I'm saying. You know,
it's like, a good question.
It's a good question.
For me, I mean,
There's another one that's hard. That it's a little vulgar, but
That's okay.
Would you rather suck your dad's dick or let your mom die? Like, especially if you're good with your parents, bro. I love my parents.
I don't think my dad would. My parents are older, so but I don't think my dad would be able to live with himself if I did it. Cause I do it. I'd be like, yeah, I suck my dad's dick.
Dang.
But I feel like my dad would kill himself if he especially if he got to completion. Jesus.
Maybe you quit hanging out with your mom more.
Yeah. Now that's gonna be like, I can't look you in the eye. Yo, can you imagine that? That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
your dad just went off, and now you gotta be at Thanksgiving just like acting like nothing happened.
You're like leg rubbing him under the table. He's like,
and your mom's just sitting there like, I couldn't do that for years. Jesus Christ.
dang, bro, that's a good one.
No,
though.
and also with the thought daughter, I would rather have a thought daughter simply because sexuality is being more normalized and being gay could still get you killed.
Yeah.
So with my gay son, although my stomach's going crazy, sorry. Oh my gosh, how?
Is that an intro to? That was the intro to your song. I was like, dang, he voice recorded that one.
No, but like having a gay son, they still be killed. Like they're still not fully accepted by the community.
Yeah.
But having a thought daughter, I mean,
You got
that's
grandkids
being
every
more-
month, you know, every year.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I brought it into this world, man.
Dang. It's like sucking wee wee is so more like vulgar than just having sex. Because like, if you did have a daughter, would you rather walk in on them sucking wee wee or having sex, bro?
I would rather walk in on them having sex.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like,
Get that thing out your mouth. Come on.
yeah, what are you doing? Get the thing. No, I genuinely think that if I caught my daughter sucking dick, is it with a boyfriend or with just some dude?
It's with a boyfriend.
Boyfriend?
Yeah.
Then I don't care.
Dang.
I don't care because then at least I know that you're being curious with somebody that you love. But if it's with somebody that's random, I'd be like, I would rather catch them having sex. Because if I catch you sucking dick, then I'm like, you're hoeing out. Don't give him all the goodies. He needs to earn
Dang.
it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't even think I would shame her.
Yeah.
I would shame my son though.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, fuck that. Don't be having sex with these little ass girls, getting people pregnant.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like my daughter would be more responsible because now it's becoming like, I think that that's what the in thing is for girls, is to be more sex positive, but they are also more responsible than boys. So I think I'll be harder on my son when it comes to sex and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Do you have any kids now?
Hell no.
Dang, bro. How old are you?
Shit, I'm 31.
You're 31, bro?
God.
There's no way. I was just like thinking, I could maybe get this dude Snapchat, we hang out. But I'm 23, bro. I thought you were like 23, 24, bro.
We can. We actually had this conversation. I can't hang out with people who are under the age of 21.
Dang.
Like, I just can't.
Yeah,
Because
like you got like a restraining order or something, or something happened a couple years ago. You can't go around to elementary school, or
look,
because that's what I'm in right now. You know?
No, it's just that I can't relate to a lot of things.
Yeah,
Like, they're just things that you can't relate to. Like, all right, so what do you think about age gap relationships?
it's weird, bro.
Weird, right? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. It's the same thing when it comes to friendships. So
Yeah.
after a certain amount of time, it's like, oh man, like why is the 40-year-old dude like hanging out with the 21-year-olds again? It's weird. It's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, but just also working as a cook at a restaurant, and you're like 16, and you got the old head 60 years old dude, and he's teaching you about life.
Yeah, that's cool because you're at work.
Yeah,
But if he's like, hey, let me take you out to, like, if you guys are at the bar every day, then it's weird.
Yeah.
It's like, Nobody got kids. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, why are we here? Nah, like, so I just like to I like to keep like a threshold of like 10 years.
Yeah.
Like at minimum, it's like 10 years. But no, you're a pretty solid dude. You look like you have a really good head on your shoulder. So I don't like. I wouldn't really.
I got good head. Yeah. Thanks for that, man. My girlfriend was gonna love that one. Boom, roasted.
Or. But do you give your dad good head? That's the question.
Hey. He probably needs it, bro. I'll be honest, man. I can't sit here and think like when the last time my parents had sex.
Oh, man.
I really can't, man.
You know,
it's been a few years, bro.
The funniest thing is that I have African parents, so they're so good at keeping secrets. It's just like, so I would never know. I like legit. I think I seen my parents kiss once.
What?
Dude,
that's crazy.
I'm in so much therapy. No, but like it's true. Like I think I seen them kiss once when me and my brother got our first desktop computer.
And they kissed because of that?
Yeah, because we're all happy. It was Christmas, and they were like, "Oh, wow, you kiss each other." I was like, "What the fuck?" But no, fucked me up later on. Had no idea how to like receive people, how to like how to receive love. It was a very weird thing. I just recently started hugging my parents.
Really?
So, yeah, I didn't know how. It was the strangest thing. So during the pandemic, I got heavy into therapy and started going and stuff.
You locked
like
in on therapy is what you're saying?
Locked in. Fucking locked in.
2 sessions a day, bro. What are you talking about?
Like I wake up, I do a cold plunge, and I go straight to therapy. No.
Undressed.
Undressed. No, but it just been it was just like a something that I needed to do. I needed to understand like myself. I needed to understand why I had such weird issues with relationships and stuff like that. So it helped. It helped out a lot, man. But
dang, so yeah, you say your parents are African. Are they from Africa, actually?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah. They're both Nigerian. It's crazy, like crazy stories over there. My dad was like, he came to America, got a little bit established, went back to Nigeria to get my mom, and then brought her back over here. Had my brother, 6 years later, had me. And
it's a true story, bro. It's a true love story. Man, we need to get them on the podcast. Let's get the whole family, bro. Come on.
I need to get my
what was life like in Nigeria?
Nah, dude. Like, it was so insane. And going over, because I've been there twice. I need to go more. But I've been there twice, and going over there, man, it's ridiculous. It's like people. I've never been scammed while somebody was smiling at me. That shit, it changed my life. So you pay for somebody to give you a ride, right?
Yeah.
So my uncle, he has a lot of money in Nigeria, like, so whatever. He gave me a bunch of money to use around the town, and I was like, okay, cool. So I got a ride, and I gave the person like triple or something like that, double or triple what I thought was what the price was. And I was expecting change, and then he looked at me and he just drove off, and I was like, hey, my change. And he looked back and he just gave me like the African look. So I was just like so upset.
Listening to music, bro. Bombo clat, man.
Jamaican.
Oh, dang it, bro.
Canceled.
Bro, there's this dude at work. He's from Jamaica, and he only lived there for 6 years. But I'll always go up to him and be like, "Me bombo clat, man."
And then what does he say?
Ah, this dude. But like, we're cool. Like, so he's like, he doesn't take offense to it, bro. There was this one dude that came in, because I work at Lowe's, and it's one of the dudes that like drop off stuff, like packages or whatever. And then he rolled up, and then I think the dude Sheldon, that is Jamaican, he was like, "What do you think he is?" And then I guess somebody just said Jamaican. He was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Me bomba clot." And the dude was like, "Don't ever do that."
Yeah, dude. Okay, so this is the thing. It's so funny because I grew up in Miami. I have a lot of Hispanic friends, right? And I tell my Hispanic friends all the time, I'm like, "Hey, look, say the N-word, because you grew up. We live in Miami Gardens.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do anything about it because I know who you are, and also on top of that, like, you guys are Hispanic. It's kind of like, we don't give a full like I don't, and I'm also not the N-word pass holder.
Yeah.
So
I was hoping you had some in your pocket, actually.
it's like, giving them away. No, but like, I'm like, but if somebody ever addresses you about it, don't come to me, because you're already like, don't come to me. And I remember somebody was like, nah, that's messed up. You should always check them. I'm like, no, this is what they choose. Like, they choose to go ahead and use it. I'm okay with it because they're Hispanic. Hispanics, like, they grow up with it or whatever it is. So it's normal. But when you go somewhere and somebody checks you about it, I can't help. Like, I can't. My hands.
They give you their business card to him.
Exactly.
Like yours.
like, no, I have a pass. I have a pass.
Signed by you.
I ain't get it. You ain't get it from me. Nah, man. But it's just. But I also love talking about touchy situations.
Yeah.
It just makes my day.
Yeah. But then I went back up to Sheldon and I was like, yo, it's like me bomba like the N-word for Jamaica. He was like, no, I don't know what that dude was on about. Like, it's not even used that much anymore.
Yeah.
Is what he says.
I guess it's just like, I'm guessing because I'm not Jamaican, but I think it just might be just because it's stereotypical.
Yeah.
Like, for people. I mean, dude, I used to be called, like, when I was training for my fight, right? When I was training, they called me.
Oh,
they called me. Damn. It was a word. It was an African warrior. You remember? Do you remember that movie where he's like, my name? He's like, your name is Toby. And he's like, they called me Kunta. That's what it was.
Yeah, okay.
They called me Kunta. And I was like, I don't know if I should take offense to it. And I was also a very young kid.
Yeah.
But they're like, nah, Kunta Kinte was an African warrior and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but can you call me that? So it's very confusing. It's a hard... and also, it was also weirder because when I'm... it was a super... Like, okay, so in Miami especially... Hispanics would never admit that they're racist, but they're racist. So when I would get into the cage, they were just trying to take my head off.
What the frick?
Yeah, dude, because it was a majority Hispanic, like it was a majority Hispanic, like what you call it, gym.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, oh, if you beat the shit out of the black guy, like
that's the thing, patron or whatever.
It was the worst, dude. It was so like you could feel the energy, like when it's like you didn't hit him that hard. What's going on?
Yeah.
No, but it, like, a lot of it was just a stressful time in my life as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I like the weird conversations. I like when people ask questions. That's the only way we're gonna progress as a community, country, whatever.
Yeah.
You can't be shy. You can't not, like, when you asked him, like, hey, look, am I being offensive? That's the perfect question.
Yeah.
It depends on what that person says. Like, that's the only way you can move forward.
Yeah. Like, I wish there was a head white person, a head black person, a head Spanish person. That way I could go to them and be like, what's racist? What isn't racist? Can I say this? Can I not say this? How do y'all feel about this? You know, and then my answers or my questions will be answered, you know?
Yeah, but the question also is, do you genuinely care?
No, I'm just kidding. I do, because like I'm just curious.
Like,
you know,
if somebody were to say this is offensive, would you actually be like, oh, okay, cool, I won't say that anymore?
Yeah. It depends on what it is. Yeah. But yeah, I would probably not say it. Like, if Meatball McCloud is racist or you know, whatever, I probably would have to put it in the bag and wouldn't have to say it anymore. Unfortunately, I'd have dreams about saying it, but I don't think I would. You know.
No, that's a in my opinion, that's a start. Like, because for me, right? Like, I don't I don't call girls bitches because I feel like
They get enough hate, bro.
Exactly. You know? Like women get enough hate. I don't like calling girls bitches. Like, and I won't be like, man, these hoes out here. Like, I'm not.
Where the
that
hoes
guy.
at?
Exactly. I'm just not that type of guy. And people would be like, nah, but why? They call each other bitch. I'm like, bro.
It's like the N word,
It's the
bro.
same.
You can't.
It's the same concept. It's not the same thing, but it's the same concept. It's like, bro, like just because they call themselves that doesn't mean that I could sit out here and call them that too. Like, and also I'm not coming from a place of love, most likely when I'm saying it. So I call my guy friends bitches all the time. Like
Little femboy.
little femboy, you little twink, huh? You little twink. Nah.
Dang. Would you rather have a femboy son or a tomboy daughter?
Tomboy daughter.
Yeah.
Tomboy
Femboy's a little
daughter.
gay.
Exactly. Most likely gonna be gay and then gonna have a really hard life.
Yeah.
And I don't come from it. Like I don't even come from it from a place of like, oh man, nah, I don't like gay people. Like no, I do like gay people. I just
They're all right.
no. I just know that cancel.
Pause.
No. I just know that they're gonna have a much harder life than, my daughter who's a tomboy.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a lot easier. And I guess I always think about the easier life for my child. I accept them no matter what, but at the end of the day, I mean, what if I could choose?
Yeah. Would you ever disown a child? Like, what would they have to do for you to disown them?
No, I can't disown my child because they're my child. I can't disown like because it's dumb. In my opinion, it's dumb to disown somebody who came from you or is your family. It's just that they're your family. You're just probably like embarrassed by them or you don't like what they do, but it doesn't change who they are. I can't disown you.
Yeah.
But like if I guess rape would have to be one of those things. Like if my child like grew up and like took advantage of somebody in that way, then I would have to I would distance myself until they get help. But that's the main thing. Like, dude, a lot of people, they just need help.
Yeah.
But they don't get it. So, or parents don't get them the help that they need in time, and they end up, the way that they are.
Yeah. So yeah, bro, you said you got into MMA, bro. How did you get into that? What haven't you done, bro? Walked on the moon? You probably done that. You just didn't take a picture of it.
Nah, dude. So when I was a kid, I remember me and my brother would fight a lot. My brother is like a bad.
What music though? What would y'all fight to?
That's a good question. My brother's a rapper, so it wasn't his music because it was trash.
Dang, is it still trash though?
Oh man, always. No, my brother, he's just off in the moon. Like he just doesn't.
He's not on planet Earth.
He's not on planet Earth. So
Dang.
he accomplished what I couldn't. No, but
he got on the moon. I did it.
No, my brother, he just is like. There's a lot of things that failed him through life, so he's just having it tough right now. So I had to distance myself from him. But
he didn't rape anybody, did he?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, you just said distance yourself, so I'm just making sure you know.
Yeah. No, I appreciate the question.
Yeah, just making sure.
You're locked in.
Yeah, I'm locked in, bro. I told you I had a cold plunge just in the back,
What? No, but so what happened is that like he like me and him, we would get into fights all the time. And I'm like, I'm gonna learn how to fight. And I remember there was this dude in my neighborhood who was an ex-pro boxer, and he just kind of like was teaching kids in around the neighborhood, and I just stuck around. And he kept teaching me. And I was like, man, what if somebody kicks me? And then there was another dude in like the neighborhood over who was just teaching full MMA. He was teaching Taekwondo at first, but then he started like incorporating like more people, like bringing in masters that he knew from different disciplines, and pretty much whoever stuck around. Who didn't. And he would just take me to different gyms, to like capoeira gyms, kickboxing gyms, boxing gyms, like jiu-jitsu gyms, judo, aikido. Like he took me everywhere to kind of learn. and I became like, one of his pupils and stuff like that. And that's how I got into it. Now, what I stopped is after my first fight, I stopped like hardcore training.
Churning.
Training.
Oh, training. I thought you said churning like churning butter.
I probably said it fucked up. No, but I stopped because after my first fight, like I always said I don't want to fight. I don't want to hurt people. Like that's not my thing. I don't like. I'm not a violent person. I just like to train, right? And then they're like, yeah. But the peer pressure is real.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, no, we would never ever put you in a cage. Like that's the worst thing you could do to somebody if they didn't want it, whatever. And I was like, all right, cool. I kept training. And they're like, hey, how much do you weigh? And I was like, oh, I weigh like, at that time I was like, oh, I weigh like 179. And they're like, okay, cool. Like, kept training. And like, they were just watching me like, hey, how much do you weigh now? Like, I feel like you could get to 170, right? And I was like, for what? And they're like, no, nothing. We just want to see if you can get there. Got to 170. And then my sensei went into fight. My sensei was like, in my opinion, he wasn't at his prime at the moment. So he went into fight. He got beaten. And after he got beaten, I was like they're like, everybody from your sensei school has lost a fight.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit. So I got put in that situation where they're like, hey man, all you gotta do is get to 165 and you're good. And I was like, okay, cool. So I got to 165. I had it in my head, I'm gonna fight some dude, like to kind of regain my dojo's honor.
Yeah.
So I got to that 165 and they're like, hey, turns out that it's 160. And I was like, all right, I gotta lose 5 more pounds. So I got to 160 and then it was the weigh-ins. So we went to the weigh-in. I looked like a stick. It was disgusting. I was scared. Like, it's one of those things where you're not eating, or if you're eating, your diet is so poor because you're just measuring by fats and stuff like that. So I got to the weigh-ins and I weighed in and I was like, all right, cool. And they're like, oh, he's 160. And then the dude from the other camp was like, nah, we're not fighting.
Dang.
And I was like, what? And he's like, the fight was at 155. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then I was like, I'll be right back. So and by the way, this is, I'm from Miami. This was in Tampa, right? So this was like quite a few hours of a drive. We drove over there and I'm like, I'm not going back without solidifying that I'm fighting this dude tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I started running. I asked the janitor for a trash bag. So he gave me a couple of trash bags. I broke through them, like put them around my body. Started running, doing sit-ups, throwing up. Running, doing sit-ups, throwing up. And I came back within weight. And then the next day, I got into the fight with the dude. And like he threw a left hook, knocked me clean out.
Dang, bro. Nah. I was like, dang, bro. That's like $1 million baby.
I took him down. And when I took him down, he tried to post out, which is like stop himself from being taken down. So I just put like more weight on him so he can't. And then his arm just like broke in half. And I was like, oh no, this is exactly what I didn't want to happen. So yeah, I was just very traumatized by that situation. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore.
So you had one fight?
Only had one.
Dang, I'm talking to an undefeated MMA boxer, bro. What other podcast are gonna say that?
Nah, dude, like,
dang,
I hated it. Like, he's still mad at me till this day. Like, he still calls me out and shit. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
This was 12 years ago, bro.
Exactly, like legit. It's been 12 years. Like,
dang,
leave
bro.
me alone. No,
that is crazy, bro.
No, but good luck to him, man. Kudos to him.
What's his record?
I think last time I checked, he stopped doing MMA.
Dang.
Yeah, so
it took a toll on him.
No, that's also my problem because I'm like, man, I didn't even want to really do this, but this is somebody who this was gonna be their life.
Yeah.
And then like now mentally they're like, fuck, I never want to do this.
I lost to a one timer, bro. Not even a part timer. They did it once and they broke me.
I didn't even want to do this. Nah, he hates me.
You got gaslit into doing it, bro.
Yo, dude, the manipulation was. It was so bad that like it made me feel like it was my idea. I was like,
no, but you said you could get down to 165. You know?
Like, oh, you said you could do it. Why don't you want to do it anymore? It's like, did I want to do it in the first place? No, man. But it was a treacherous journey. Like I still train, and I make it a mission. Like anytime, like a woman or a girl like asks me to train, I'll train you. Because I think that that's the very least that we can do.
Yeah.
To help people out, like it, because man, it's rough out there.
Yeah.
I've seen some shit, and I'm like,
yeah, especially with that girl being found, the AU girl being found in Athens.
What?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
Hell no. What's going on?
Yeah, so there's an AU girl. There's an extension of AU in Athens, and she was found dead close to a pond in the woods. She went jogging one morning.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. So I was like, dang, what happened?
Nah,
These girls
man.
need to take some taekwondo or jujitsu. Not jujitsu, actually. No, that'd be worse. Boxing, something.
No, I think that the best defense that you can have when it comes to these types of things is probably Krav, because Krav Maga has the minimum effort but the highest damage. That's why like majority of people who are training in MMA, they don't teach you that, because it's like can't use these things anyway.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things like throat punches, kicking people's knees in, like those are things. Yeah, like a lot of people, if you have to have a different mindset.
Yeah.
Like you can't be a normal person. Like if you're not ready to hurt somebody, then you shouldn't take those classes. Like it's really it's really a scary individual. Like if you come across somebody who wants to hurt people in that way, it's very weird. I liken them to MMA fighters in general. Like if you want to fight MMA, that's a very strange thing to want.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad. Well, one time on Facebook, there were some boxing gloves, and I sent the dude, I was like, yo, let's box for these boxing gloves.
What?
And when I get them, and he's like, I train Krav Maga, or Krav Maga, whatever it is, I don't think you would win. And I was like, let's try it. So I'm glad that didn't go through.
Is that those people, like, some people just don't have any regard because they don't, like, you ever seen one of those people, like one of those kids in school that just would just never really thought about the things that they did?
Yeah.
Those are the types of people that...
It's like mosh pit people, bro. What the...
Yeah.
What? What does that mean?
Just don't think about it. It's like for me, in my personal opinion, I always think about somebody else. Like whenever I'm engaged, even if I'm getting into a fight, I have most people have like an honor code when you're fighting somebody. Other people don't.
Yeah.
They have no problem pulling hair, kicking groins and stuff like that. And I don't know, man. It's just if you want to hurt people that way, that's you. But we have so much technology. You can make a podcast.
Yeah. Everyone has a podcast, apparently.
No, but mosh pits, I understand.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, because I was also in a band.
Yeah, bro. What haven't you done? Deja vu on that question.
No, it's like it's that feeling of just being able to let loose. But I think that there's even an honor code in that. It's like, hey, if somebody's not in the circle, don't just go looking for people.
Just cut in the crowd and punch people.
Yo,
bro.
there are people that would do something like that.
Probably like a Slipknot concert or something.
You'd be surprised. It's been parts of like Paramore, like freaking Blink-182. Like we played pop punk, and my co-host was also my drummer. So no, she's insane. She is like one of the most multi-talented people I know.
Mm-hmm. What was the name of the band?
Paradox with 2 X's.
Dang.
Yeah, music.
Okay.
Our music, like, it was pop punk. We had so much fun with it.
So y'all broke up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dang.
The problem was that we all moved because my guitarist, she was like a low key genius.
Mm-hmm.
So she pretty much she got accepted into Berkeley in California.
Hey, screw that, bro.
Yeah, she's like, all right, I'm out of here. Got to go follow my dreams.
Dang, bro.
Nah, man. So, and then we just didn't trust anybody else to be in that position, and we didn't want to. So we just,
That's crazy. Is this y'all right here?
No.
What?
Let me see. Oh no, not on Spotify. Because it was too long ago. It was too long ago. It was like it's on YouTube. Then you can go ahead and find it.
Dang. Okay.
But
I was like, that dude is white. That doesn't look like you.
that guy's white. It's crazy. No, it was two girls and me. So that's why we called ourselves Paradox, because it was just
like Paramore.
Guess kind of, yeah. But it was like just a tall black. So a paradox is like an oxymoron. Like it's something that's weird.
Yeah.
Kind of. So it's like just a tall, lanky black guy.
What's the name of a song?
You could put.
What's a good one?
Yeah, what's good? Oh, put Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy
intro.
Neutron. I'm not gonna get flagged for this, am I?
Nah. Okay. Nothing's licensed, but it was just a show.
I was just okay.
Your childhood.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Dang, that's you over there, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's you singing?
Yeah.
How long ago was? Oh, this is a while ago, huh?
Yeah.
12 years ago. Dang.
I'm telling you, man. Everything's 12 years.
Oh yeah.
It was literally the Jimmy Neutron intro, and we were like, let's just punkify it.
Yeah.
And then there was also, we would do covers of Fat Lip by Sum 41, and we did a mashup with that and Damn It by Blink-182. And like the chords, like they matched so perfectly, so we kind of just like said, screw it, let's just put it together and let's just make that happen.
Dang. So the girl that co-hosts the podcast was also a part of that?
Yeah, she was my drummer.
Dang. Now she wants to get a big girl job. What?
Exactly. What's going on?
Podcasting and pop punk? Or what? Like, what? Why wouldn't you?
That's what I was saying, but nobody listens to me.
I would listen to you. I would be going to school. What?
No, but it was crazy because of the pull that we had was pretty awesome. So our first gig was at like a talent show for our school, and then so on. Like after that, like it was pretty easy for us to get shows. Like we would get shows like across the state. We would get shows at Fort Lauderdale. Revolution was like our biggest show, but it's like where J. Cole performs, where all these other people perform.
Dang.
But it was like a contest to get there, and there's just so many ways that we were able to break into certain industries, and we always talked about it, and we're like, man, if we were to like keep going for like another couple of years, we probably would have been somewhere.
Dang.
But
we wouldn't be having this conversation because you would be probably in Hollywood right now.
we would definitely be having this conversation. You sitting right here. Nah, but I mean, it happens the way that it happens because it's supposed to happen that way.
Yeah. Facts.
Always happy about it.
Yeah. Dang. And also, bro, I mean, again, what have you not done? You're also or you were a sponsored skater?
Oh my God. Yeah. So
12 years ago, probably.
Damn, dude. Because the funny thing is, like, I vividly remember I was thinking about it today, like, man, I want to get back into it. But yeah, I was a sponsored skateboarder. I was skateboarding for like since I was like 8.
Dang.
8, 9. But yeah, I got into skateboarding because everybody in my neighborhood started doing it. But I always had the shittiest skateboard.
Same, bro. I had the Walmart boards, dog.
I had the Walmart boards.
My first board was like, you know how like t-shirts used to come with stuff? It was like one of those small wooden boards, bro. It was a t-shirt. For real, bro.
That's dope. That's how it starts. Like I remember I had one of those boards, and I was so good at just having to work with what I had because we was broke. We didn't really have money for stuff. And we really lived a skater lifestyle, just taking hours long bus rides, getting the crappiest footage on the crappiest camera, trying to see how good we can get. And after a while, man, I was becoming an adult, and the reason why I ended a lot of the things that I did end was because like I thought about reality. I thought about family. Like, would I really want to be waking up at 10 in the morning to hop in a van with a bunch of...
10? It's 6 o'clock, bro. We got to lock in, dog.
You got to lock in.
It's too late. You're losing sunshine.
I'm saying it's like, because they throw you into this van and they drive you to throw yourself off of stairs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how long can I actually just do that?
Yeah.
It's like not very long.
Yeah.
I already broke my knee last year.
Dang. So, I've never broken a bone.
Oh my god.
Thankfully, so.
See, that's one thing that you've done that I've never done. No, dude, it was my first time. And that's what sucked the most. It's like because I was playing basketball, and all of that wear and tear from all of the activities, and then not taking care of yourself, not doing your cold plunges. but like just not taking care of yourself in general, it just catches up to you.
Not stretching for 3 hours before you go to bed.
Before you go to bed, while you're sleeping. No, dude, like it just killed me. So it happened, and I had to get surgery, learn how to freaking walk again.
Dang.
But I mean, it's a journey, man. I'm grateful. I'm super grateful for the life that I lived, and that's why I'm like I love that I'm so versatile in things that I want to do and want to take a part of, and I know and that's why I'm so happy to be the social media management marketing type of person, because I know I've been in so many different like places.
Yeah. Different communities too.
Like exactly. That's the perfect word, community.
Yeah. Yeah, but like with skateboarding, bro, I've been skating for a long time, like since I was a kid. And I never got sponsored. Well, I guess I could sponsor myself with the podcast. Put a little sticker on my board to be like, I'm sponsored.
Hell
you know? But yeah, when I wake up in the morning, bro, I don't know if you have the same feeling, but like my feet ache. Like I'll like walk around like a penguin for a couple seconds and then it feels fine. And I guess that's from skateboarding, because I was big into like stairs and stuff.
Yeah, same.
All I did was ollie them. I didn't do any like flip tricks down them. But yeah, stairs were my thing. But yeah, it's like every morning it just kind of hurts to walk for a couple seconds.
Nah, that's 100% what it is. And I guarantee you, the main thing you need to do is go into all circles back. You need to go into that salon and get a massage. I swear you need to get a foot rub, like, because your muscles are just reacting to like not being used for such a small amount of time. And if that's how they're reacting, then
or getting the cold plunge. I mean,
it's gonna make it probably worse, to be honest. No, man. I mean, that's probably what that is.
Yeah. Dang, bro. Dang. So, were you in the NBA as well? I feel like you definitely were, bro. Playing basketball.
No, man. I just love the sport. I've been playing since I was in 7th grade. I never was on a team, but I did do like rec ball, like recreational teams and stuff like that. But I just love the sport. Been learning about it a lot more. Unfortunately, like my injury took me out of it for a while, but always
you were locked in, probably.
I was freaking locked in.
Dang, lock that knee up. That's what happened.
Exactly. Yeah, I went up for a layup, and somebody kneed me in my knee.
Dang.
And broke my patella, and I was like, what the fuck? So I went to the surgeon, and the surgeon was like, yeah, your knees are like, your knee is supposed to be like this thick, like your kneecap. And yours is like this thin.
What the fuck? So, from skateboarding?
From skateboarding, from basketball, from just not recovering right, from everything I was doing.
Dang.
So, I screwed myself up in that. So they're like, hey, some things are reversible. Just keep taking care of yourself, stretch the right way, do the right exercises, and they'll just take it for granted.
Yeah.
I'm not 12 anymore.
Yeah. So how was like the skateboarding thing? Like when y'all went on trips and stuff, how was that? Was it fun or did it kind of suck? Or both?
It was both. It was both. Like I loved going ahead and, you know, being with your friends, just skating, getting those tricks down. It was awesome, but the worst part of it is always coming back. Like when you come back and you're like, damn, I'm super tired, exhausted, knees hurt, don't want to do nothing. And you don't even feel the pain. Like you don't feel like the aches and stuff like that until the next day. But yeah, like I 100% I 100% feel like it was worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth it, especially if you're going, and being broke was also the best part of the experience. Like having only $1 for Arizona's, and you're like, all right, am I gonna use $1 for Arizona or for some chips? Like, what's gonna happen? But yeah, making a difference in the community, like also making a difference in the community, like making people build a skate park because we're screwing everything up, like grinding on everything, killing everything. They're like, all right, let's just build this skate park so they'll just have a place to go.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was some of the best times of my life.
Yeah.
I can't even.
Who are you sponsored by?
I was sponsored by a skateboard company called Magic City. Magic City, they sponsored me. I remember going to competitions and stuff like that. They had some killers on that team. Like I was definitely like I feel like I was one of the worst people on the team. The only thing that set me apart, I believe, was my diversity in tricks.
Yeah.
Because you need that one guy that could do the weird tricks, right? So, like for example, my favorite trick was a forward flip.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah, and those are the ones that I could do downstairs and stuff like that, or I could do them over A-frames and stuff like that. So I was in a competition with this guy. Well, it was a best trick competition, and I just went for it. It was like it was a forward flip down the A-frame into a 5-0. So it was and then I caught it. And I guess I got overexcited or something, but I like
orgasm.
Wiggled out, like, yes! And then I wiggled out and I ended up not getting it. And you just hear the crowd, oh my God.
Oh, dang.
And it was just like not enough time for me to kind of like get that best trick. And he won with a kickflip 5-0. So I was like, I could have definitely freaking killed it. But yeah, it happens, man. It really, like, oh my God.
Don't tear up, man. Don't tear up.
I'm trying, man. I'm really trying. It could change my whole life.
Yeah. Dang, bro. So you're up in you're in Augusta now, right?
Yeah, man. I moved to Atlanta for my girlfriend. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make that big ass move. Hell yeah.
No, I was kidding.
I
definitely am a simp for my girl.
Of course. Like, dude, I that's why people are single. It's like, dude, yes, you do the things for the person you love.
Yeah.
Like, so I was like, yeah, man, let me go ahead and move over here.
And you were in Miami at that time? Okay.
I was in Miami. I had my job, and this is when everything started going remote. And I just started like coming to visit her. Like, I take a flight and I just come to visit, bring my work laptop, make sure I'm working on it.
Make sure you're locked in.
Make sure I'm locked in.
Nah, babe, I'm locked in. I'm making this website.
Making this website for this person. But then like afterwards, I was like, okay, I want to go ahead and put in for a house. So saved up, got a house in Atlanta. And then now I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to move over to Augusta, you know.
Did y'all move here together? Or she's still in Atlanta?
No, we're both here in Augusta. We're probably like a few minutes away from here. Not too, too much
bro.
time.
So do you still have the house in Atlanta?
Mm-hmm, yeah. So shout out to Jesoma Realty, also another business that we have, rental properties and stuff like that. So
dang, how many rental properties do you have?
well, it's just the one.
Dang.
It's not too much, but we're working on growing and things like that. We have things just set in place.
Yeah.
No, but I mean,
dang, bro.
it's just the experience, man. Like I think that me keeping myself so busy throughout my younger years and whatnot, like at this point in my life, like it's just so fun to, just take in and keep experiencing different things, but at a different, I have a different appreciation for life at this point.
Dang.
Like I've done all the other stuff, but now it's like I get to go ahead and like I could literally sit in a circle and just have the time of my life.
Yeah.
So,
in that circle, are you naked or are you clothed or what's up with the circle?
man, what am I on? I'm kidding.
Dang, bro. I feel like you've done it all. And come back and you've conquered.
Nah, man, that's my MO. I love to experience new things. I love to be a part of new things.
Yeah.
I just took up rock climbing. No, I'm messing with you.
Have you thought about being a rapper maybe?
You know what's funny? No, because the thing is that I was like, rapping to me is so much more. The way that I would ever want to do it is so complicated and difficult, and people like. I feel like there's a certain confidence that comes with rapping that I just don't want to ever have.
Yeah.
It's like I know a lot of rappers that are overconfident who feel like you have to have that like my shit doesn't stink attitude. And I'm just not that dude.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't come to me like that. But to rhyme words together, yeah, I've done it a million times with the music that we made in the pop punk band. Like I've done things like can you do it? Can I do it? Yeah, probably if I tried, but I wouldn't want to.
Dang, I kind of want to be a rapper sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, it seems fun.
Oh,
I
shit.
mean, I don't have any bars, so don't put me on the spot.
No. I was just actually super excited to hear you say that.
But I don't know, man. It would just be cool to like have a crowd bumping, you know? I love like the entertainment value. I love the comedic value. I love making people laugh. So I think that would just be like a fun thing to do. Especially like, bro, if I made a song like Mo Bamba, bro.
Yo.
And it's being played in stadiums. It's being played at like football games, bro. College football games.
That's
like,
insane.
Like, imagine if you did that and like you would never have to work again.
But that's my thing though. My thing is that I always think about the back end of whatever fun, exciting thing that there is, right? Like I always think about having to go on tour.
Yeah.
I would hate that.
What?
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Yeah, but I'm super not into repetitiveness.
Yeah.
Like, and I know that I'm gonna have to do the same set list, same songs, same thing for every day, and then I'm gonna be thinking in the back of my head like, "Fuck, man, I would feel like I'm missing out on like my me growing as a person and age and like life and my like being with a family or something like that, or having a family.
Just bring your family on tour, the kids and all.
Yeah, but then it's like, what if it's like something super explicit? I don't want them to be like,
Just don't make it explicit.
That's a good point.
So with tours, do you have to have the same set list for every show?
I feel like to give every crowd the same experience, yeah.
Okay.
Because they come for this, they come for an experience, and I feel like if you switch it up every single time, not saying that you shouldn't switch it up like a little bit, that's fine, but like the set list, like, people want to hear the same songs.
Yeah.
Like they're not coming to hear you play a different song than the other night. So I feel like that's what makes these things really difficult and why these people do eventually fall off. I don't think it's a lack of talent. I think it's a lack of like desire to be as consistent as they are.
So what do you think about Riff Raff? Do you know who that is?
Of course. I think
Is he a social media genius, do you think?
I think he was at a point. I just always look at people's relevancy. Like I think that people who are social media geniuses, like people like, I'll name one and I always get shit for it. I think Tekashi 6ix9ine was one of the most influential rappers in the social, like when it came to like that whole social media era at that time.
Yeah.
Because he found a way to break records all the time while he was just lying about his life. Like he was just being a complete phony. And he was just like, yeah, like he embodied the rapper or whatever it is that he was supposed to be, and he utilized it to his advantage. He broke records consistently because no matter what, the music was fire. It was fun. It was fun to like listen to and vibe to. But then people started having a problem that like with the fact that he's not this killer whatever persona. It's like, did anybody believe him? Like, so it's like, I don't know. I feel like I just feel like with social media, you have to be consistent because people will forget you quick. Like I think that's what happened to like the Little Pumps of the world, and that's why Lil Pump has to do crazier things to go ahead and get himself in front of people. The people that I do admire are people like the Rick Rosses or people like the Kendrick Lamars that could live life off the grid and not have to do things to get into the limelight. Yeah. That's how you're supposed to do it. It's like you shouldn't have to keep on having to be in front of a camera to make sure that people like you.
Dang, you got to build like a legacy is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Dang.
But most people don't do that. Most people they gear themselves up so much for the now that they forget about the later. They forget about, following what their real passions are. You take an example like freaking 50 Cent. Like 50 Cent, he specifically geared himself up to go ahead and do the fun stuff that he wants to.
Yeah. Dang, bro.
I don't know, man.
For rapper life, bro. I mean, it seems fun.
I don't know.
Seems fun till you get pressed. You get rolled up on, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I never want.
Yeah.
I never want to promote something that I don't live. Like I know for a fact there are things that people would like that I would, if they ever like my label was like, hey, look, you got to make this hard rap record. I don't want anybody being like, he don't do that. Like I never want to be that person.
You just make social media raps, bro. How to gain authentic social media followers and not pay for them.
Like, yo, don't buy the bots.
Don't buy the bots because you're gonna get caught. Yeah.
Oh, shit, that's
Dang,
hilarious.
I'm too white for that, bro.
We gotta collab. We gotta collab. No. Oh, shit.
Dang, bro. So, I one quick question though. I think one of my biggest problems with like social media is I'm not getting like people like commenting, or like I'll do like a Q&A or a poll on the story, and people just they'll look at it, but they just don't seem to answer it or give me feedback, or like because like I want feedback on the podcast to see if everything is good, what could I do better, what could I not do, because it sucks. So how do I get people to like, comment on stuff?
Well, I mean, I think that the main way to get people to comment on those things is like, you might need to re-engineer who you're gearing yourself towards. Like, because, anything times 0 is going to be 0. So like, let's say if I'm getting 0 engagement from the people who are following me, even if I put things in a story, I'm still going to get that 0 engagement. Yeah. So I have to probably revamp who I'm tailoring my stuff towards. Or am I tailoring my stuff towards the right people? Chances are you might not be, because they're not engaging or interacting. So if I had a sports page or if I had a sports podcast, right? If I go ahead and put something up about sports, people are going to engage with it because they're like, oh yeah, we like sports too. Yeah. So it's all about like if you were to make... That's why I'm not against the marketing aspect, like going ahead and taking your podcast and saying, all right, I'm going to boost this. Even if you say I'm going to put like $10 into marketing, like have just a small fund of marketing that you can put into your podcast throughout the month. That way you can go ahead and pick the niche that you're going towards. You can hash, and when you post, make sure you use your hashtags. Make sure you say, hey, look, I'm going to put hashtag music, hashtag this, hashtag that, hashtag whatever it is that you're focusing on. And then you let that do its job. And then when you go ahead and you boost a specific post, and you say, all right, I'm going to go ahead and put $5 into this boost. I'm going to give this to Facebook so they can go ahead and boost this on Instagram. And at least you can go ahead and specifically pick that demographic you want to go ahead and see your stuff. And then they're going to be drawn to your account. Dang. And if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. But at least you're getting your eyes in the right places. And also keep tagging the location. And the main thing, this is what I wanted to tell you.
Yeah.
Collaborations on every guest that you have on your show. Because if you're going to make your show, let's say, for example, if you're going to bring somebody onto your show and it's going to be free, if they post what you do or what you guys have talked about, make sure that you get a collaboration out of it. Because there's a, I don't know if you know what collaboration.
Yeah, like when it comes up on their feed also. Okay,
make sure you always get that. Because if I have 10,000 followers and you have
3?
3 followers, or you have 4 followers, you want that engagement to reflect.
Yeah.
That, hey, look, I'm talking to these people. That's what you need to make sure every single time. Don't let that go, because their audience is your audience, and you deserve at the very least to be showcased.
Yeah.
Like for me, last time I did a podcast on somebody else, last time I did a show on somebody else's podcast, everything, even though I edited it, put it together, whatever, took the clip that I wanted to take, spliced it, whatever, I'm still going to give them the collaboration. They did me a favor and put me on their podcast. They gave me, free media. Yeah. It's just unfair if you're not doing it that way. So make sure you get that from them.
I have been doing that more lately. In the beginning, I really didn't do that as much, but as it's gone on, I've done that more. Good. So
that's the main thing. Like making sure that your audience is growing organically, making sure that people are looking at your stuff and they're saying, okay, well, we like this, and making sure you establish a niche. Like, what is your show going to be about? What are you guys about? Are you to help entrepreneurs, or are you to go ahead and talk about in-depth conversations? Is it just a chill spot to vibe? Yeah. Just making sure you know where you guys are at.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Of course.
Do you have any like advice to people, or like any like rule of thumb type of thing that you want to put it out there?
Yeah, 100%. If you guys have a good idea, make sure you just organize it, and then you come out with it. A lot of times we jump into our ideas, we don't have a plan. The main thing is to get a plan, watch other people who have replicated the things that you've done. 9 times out of 10, whatever you've done has been done before, or somebody else is actively doing it. And make sure to do your research. It might not be as hard as you're making it, because you're trying to do it yourself, thinking that you're as unique as they come. Look, your idea can be great, but you have to do the legwork and be humble enough to say, all right, there is somebody else that can do this X, Y, and Z, or has done X, Y, and Z. Let me watch them, let me mirror that, and let me see how it works out for me, and then make your changes. But jump into it. That would be my advice to anybody.
Dang, bro, I like that. Because a lot of people, they have an idea, but they never start it.
Never start it because they don't think that it's possible. Because they never seen somebody else do it. And it's like, just because you haven't seen anybody else do it doesn't mean that you can't do it yourself. Or it doesn't mean that you can't take a bit of this and a bit of that and put it together and create something great.
Yeah, it's like the podcast at the sauna place.
Yeah,
no one's ever done that. Why not do it?
Exactly. I'm telling you, like that would be fire. If you have, all you need is a high quality camera, and the permission of whoever owns the sauna. You shout them out,
Yeah.
You pay for whatever business you're getting, and then you have a sponsor, you have a unique idea, and you have awesome content that people are gonna definitely engage with.
True. What kind of guest would be good for that?
Bro.
You gonna say yourself?
Of course. Of course. Of course. Nah, dude. I think anybody, like,
Yeah.
you can get any type of person. If you approach them with, hey, look, let's say you want to get, I'm gonna throw out, let's say an OnlyFans girl.
Dang.
Say, hey, I have this podcast. Comes with a free pedicure, free manicure, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You're paying for their next, like, free pedicure and manicure. Why would you not?
Yeah.
Like,
dang.
It just ends up being a win-win.
Mm-hmm.
It's a win-win for everybody. So I mean, I would definitely go ahead and invest in that and be like, hell yeah! Like, if you guys are paying me, cool.
Yeah. I need to find an OnlyFans girl. I want like a stripper or an OnlyFans girl on the podcast. I don't know any local ones though. That's another thing. Like, how do I find people, for the podcast?
Okay, so I established this new method the same way that, like, I kind of found you, right? So what I do is that I do heavy it's like a finder's marketing type of thing.
Yeah.
Right. So let's say, for example, I have a website design company, right? Now I find other people with website design companies, and I look at their comments, and I see all the people who are like, hey, I messaged you, you didn't get back to me. Hey, what's going on with this and that? Hey, hey, you haven't responded to this. Hey, and then I just go ahead, click on their profile. Hey, I heard you needed some help with your website.
Dang, bruh.
Just crawling through the back door. So, like, so whenever you see anything about podcast or whatever, you see those people who are, who are popping on podcast and whatnot in our area, just go ahead and look at the comment section. Who do you think would be a great co-host in that comment section? And that's who you would go with.
Dang.
Like, and 9 times out of 10, you'll get a good personality. Look at the people who have the most comment engagement. Look at those people who have, a presence about them, who you think would be awesome. And then once you get that, then you're gonna be able to say, all right, cool. Let me get this person on my podcast.
Dang.
It's a great way to reach out to people.
Yeah. So how'd you find mine?
Same way. So
who was I commenting on?
No, it's not that you commented on anybody's. The way I found yours is that I looked at Augusta, the location, and I was like, all right, Augusta, podcasters in Augusta. So I looked that up on Instagram. So after looking it up on Instagram, then I found your podcast. Your podcast came up a couple of times, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna pin that. Yes. Yeah. No. And that's what I'm saying. It's like you have a great method because you're coming up in the search results. So I was like, all right, cool. Let me pin that. Let me go ahead and message him. I messaged you. I messaged a couple of other people. I was like, all right, cool. But you're timely with your responses. Yeah. You respected that I asked a question. You could have respectfully been like, hey, look. I don't think it'll be the right time or whatever. And I wouldn't have felt a certain way. Yeah. But the fact is that you were open and you were like, oh yeah, cool. Yeah. Let's go ahead and have a conversation. Hey. But that's how I pretty much found him. And that's another way that you can definitely engage and grow your account. Make sure that you're engaging with people in your feed. Like, the people in your feed are not nobodies. Yeah. Treat them as people. Like, comment on their posts. Oh, yo, man, I think that is so stupid that you think that way. Or, oh man, I was just talking about that on my last this and that. Yeah. Shout out other people. Hey, look, this is a really dope thing that this person said. It doesn't take anything to do that. Like, and oh man, that's a long one. No, but it doesn't take anything to go ahead and shout somebody out or to tell somebody that, you think that their idea is great. Or to be, completely transparent with somebody and say, hey, I think your thing sucks. Yeah. Or whatever. it doesn't take anything. So why not? Like, why not engage with people? People like to be talked to. People like to talk to you.
Yeah.
That's what social media is for.
Dang, bro. Well, who are the other podcasts?
Man, I can't even remember because they didn't get back to me.
They still haven't?
No, I think one of them.
Dang, because I felt kind of bad because I took a long time to
Dude, don't even worry about it.
kind of like set it up because you were asking, and I was like, and I wasn't sure because I had one, I had supposed to have two yesterday, one canceled, but I did that one, and I just wasn't sure because sometimes people just take forever to get back to me, so then I had to take forever to get back to other people, so just kind of like a domino thing. But,
nah, dude, it's no problem because at the end of the day, you actually were pretty timely.
yeah,
Like it didn't take forever to get back to me. I don't mind. Okay, so I don't mind waiting to do a project. What I do mind is if somebody sees what I sent and then just like, nah.
yeah,
And then they kind of like scroll past it. So I see the doctor, I don't even know how to say it. Oh, the drop the disc.
Okay,
podcast.
yeah, that's who I was interning with.
Really?
Yeah. So I was working for the dude named David. He's the one that has like the podcast studio. You can come and rent it out. And I think they also do something similar to what you do. They'll make clips for it. That's what I was mainly doing. I was making clips, and they'll post it and all that kind of stuff. So
That makes sense. That makes so much sense. Because I was like, okay, cool. And I asked them, like, I was like, pretty much I asked where they're based out of. They said Augusta, and I said I would love to be a guest on their podcast. And then it was like it's just kind of seen, and then it's like, oh,
dang,
yeah, anyway,
they thought they were too good for you, maybe.
it happens, man. Hey, but who am I to tell them that they're not?
Yeah.
Maybe they are too good.
Maybe, possibly.
No, man, but I mean, again, at the end of the day, it always makes sense to just put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And that's a part of putting yourself out there, making sure that you take every opportunity, you reach out to everybody that you can, and you get the word out about who you are, what you do. And don't be scared to put a couple coins in there. Don't be scared to go ahead and say, hey, look, let me go ahead and drop this like $10. Let me drop. Like keep a monthly allowance of what you're gonna put into marketing and make intentional videos. Like make intentional videos that are like, hey guys, I'm looking for X, Y, and Z, or hey guys, I have this new Patreon. Hey guys, I'm doing this. It's not.
Yeah.
And make sure to promote that, and people are going to start gravitating. That's all it is. It takes time, man. It takes time.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you this earlier, but I kind of forgot about it. But like, what do you think about Patreon? And like, do you like it or dislike it? Like, how do you feel about Patreon?
I like it because it's a way for your community to react to you or to engage with you. And that's where we get our business from. We get our business from Patreon. People do email us, and then we guide them to the Patreon, and that's how they can go ahead and actually make payments, fulfill things, and that's how we are pretty much, that's how we kind of go ahead and go about getting our business.
Yeah.
Through the way we want it to.
And you only have the Patreon through the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I have the Patreon through the podcast. Through the social media management and all that other stuff. That's through like invoices and whatnot and blah blah blah.
I gotcha. Yeah, because I just don't know if I'm a fan of Patreon. Like I just don't like the fact that that some people have to pay for your content.
Yeah.
But like I do get both sides. Like you are putting in a lot of work for the content. You've been working on the content, so why not get paid for it? But it's also like I want to make content for like if I did have a fan base, I want to make content for everybody for the fan base. They don't have to. Some people don't get left out because, growing up, like I didn't like my parents always didn't want to pay for like subscriptions and that kind of stuff. So like I know how it feels. To not be able to have like the extra content kind of thing.
And that's the thing. You don't like, so with ours, I wasn't ignoring you. I was just trying to pull something up for the Patreon. So with our Patreon, we don't have it as like you get exclusive.
Yeah.
No, pretty much our membership is, one of them is to support the podcast. Another one is, hey, if you want us to react to a certain video or react to a music video that you might have or react to your album, then we'll do it if you go ahead and you pay X amount. Like if you pay $5.
Okay.
And then the other one is guest interviews for for $75. We'll go ahead and do an interview with the guest.
Dang.
So it's not like, oh, you're paying for exclusive content. I think that's wild too. Like, I don't like that either. But it's more along the lines of like, oh, if you want us to do something specific, then yeah, let us know and we'll do it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. Like, also, it's like you're looking at the cat like, not be doing that crazy. But no, it's one of those things. Like, and also the engaging things that you can do with your fans is like, hey, putting up those stories of the yes and no. Those ones first, because it requires the least amount of effort. But when you ask people to write things out, then it's always going to be a little bit of like, am I going to want to do that? Yeah. So keep the questions simple at first. Like, hey, should I do a podcast about, what's going on about this murder that happened in, in AU or whatever, like something like that. Then people are probably going to be like, oh yeah. Oh no, I don't want to see that.
It's depressing.
No, but there's a lot of ways. I know that you're gonna. What you have going on is very, very, very unique, and the way that you were working about it, I mean, mentally, is also very, very positive.
Well, thanks, bro. I appreciate it.
No, of course. And use my method, man. Reach out to a bunch of people who own salons. I'm telling you, that's a really good idea.
Yeah. Dang, I might actually have to consider trying that. So, but yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on and spilling the knowledge that noggin has, bro. I'm glad it didn't get knocked out in the MMA, bro. I'm glad it's still all there.
Nah, man, no problem at all. I appreciate you having me. I felt super welcome. This has been incredible. So and I appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys tune in.
Yeah. Do you want to shout out your stuff?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Shout out first and foremost to the J Square podcast. Me and J Rock will be doing some really cool stuff in the future. Be dropping some merch soon. So definitely look out for that. And also shout out to J Markets. J Markets, we do it all for you on the social media and on the website development end. If you're a small business and you have the best ideas, if you're doing the best things and you just don't know how to get it out there, we're the people for you. We create for you. We go ahead and develop your graphic designs. We develop your content. We push it out there for you, and we make sure that it's visible to your demographic. And also, we create your websites for you. We're website designers as well. So if you do need a website built for you, we have the knowledge, we have the experience to make sure that your website is a marvel when it comes to marketing. So
dang, what do they not do over there at J Markets? That's what's up.
I'm telling you. So get a handle on J Markets. And it's also the lowest price for the best, quality.
It's like Krav Maga, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, you're a fool, bro. I love it.
All right, but yeah, bro, I appreciate you coming on, man. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. I think this is episode like 65. So, we're in stride, bro. We're in momentum, staying consistent. So, yeah, thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I guess we'll see you in the next one,
For sure. I love that.
Locked in. 2024, bro. Come on. Let's get it.
Yo, that was awesome.
Yeah, bro.
Got my soul in a choke. I feel like I can't breathe. Keep my foot on the gas. My life in full speed. Feel like I